Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Wilds. I'm a graduate student here at Washington State University, here to talk more about some sex ed resources that you can use in the classroom. So this next one here is called Sex Etc. I really love this website. It's actually made by teens for teens, so a lot of the content is content that teens really want to know. That's really helpful too. So a lot of the things that I'm going to go through on this website can be supplemental to your lesson plans, multiple means of representation, using videos, and also some communication tools too. So let's go ahead and get started. So at the very top here, there's a few different options. The sex education, this is going to have topics about information centers, so where you can find more information about sexual health stories, facts, and resources. There's also a videos tab here, which we're going to be looking at. And then the very last one is a sex terms tab as well. So this is a sex ed dictionary with almost 400 words. So if you hear a term that maybe you're not familiar with, or a student asks you a question about something, you can always use this as a resource to get medically accurate information on what exactly that term means. But first we're going to take a look at the videos here. So these are videos. These are all videos that are made in person by teens. They're not cartoons. So these videos would be really great to use in a high school classroom. But there's a lot of different videos here on these topics of relationships, birth control, pregnancy, LGBTQ. So you can explore all of these videos, and they actually have it grouped here. So if you're doing a lesson plan on healthy relationships or consent, it's already going to group these specific videos that would be relevant to that topic. So you can share these videos. Most of the videos are between 3 to 5 minutes long, which is a good time to have a video in the classroom. Okay, so another tab we're going to talk about is right up here, the Action Center. So there's a lot of different resources here. There's a clinic finder, a communication tool. You can also look at sex education in the states and different laws, and even information on how you can make a difference in your own school and start different conversations on sexual health issues. So let's go ahead and take a look at this communication tool. This is one of my favorite resources that is on the Sex Etc. website. So this tool is very interactive. You can start the conversation by who the student is wanting to talk to. So there's a few different options here: the partner, parent or guardian, friend, trusted adult, or healthcare provider. So let's say your student wants to talk to their partner, and then there's prompting questions here on the topic of what your student may want to talk to their partner about. And these could range from pregnancy, sex, STD testing, or coming out and being an ally. So let's say your student wants to talk to their partner about sex. And this prompting question here is, are we ready for sex? Which is a really important question, right? And if we click on that, it's going to expand and give the student a prompt on a conversation prompt on what they can share and how they can talk to their partner about this. Also, if you scroll up to the very top here too, I really like the option at the very end here for the healthcare provider, because we know making sure a student feels comfortable talking to their healthcare provider about some of this information regarding pregnancy, sex, STD testing, coming out, and being an ally. So we'll have the same prompt here, talking about sex. And some of these similar questions. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm ready for sex, and I've decided to have sex. So once again, if you expand that, it's going to give you or give the student more information about how to have this conversation with their healthcare provider. So inside the classroom, this would be a really fun activity that you could use with your students, where you could assign them each topic here. So you could have students in a group. You could assign them either that talking to their partner, parent or guardian, or friend, and then you could also assign those topics to talk about. So this could be a really fun activity that students could practice role-playing these conversations in the classroom. And then if students feel comfortable, and depending on their ability, they could also role-play these conversations in front of the whole classroom, just to open the conversation and practice having these conversations is really the first step in having a very honest, sex-positive conversation about some of these important topics. So we're going to scroll back up here and go back to the Action Center. And let's take a look at sex in the States. So if you wanted to share in your classroom, we'll click on Washington here, and you wanted to share with your students different laws and how your state reflects, like how your state is doing based on all of these topics. So if you wanted to talk to your classroom about the LGBTQ rights and the laws related to LGBTQ rights in the state of Washington, it gives you bullet points of how Washington handles hate crimes and also what kind of laws there are against or for LGBTQ if they are involved in a hate crime. And there's also some resources here too, including the Gay and Lesbian National Hotline here. Also other information regarding sexting and the laws related to sexting in the state of Washington. So this is a really great tool where students can understand, the state that they live in and how certain rules around or laws around sex education could affect themselves and also their peers. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this brief introduction to Sex Etc. and can use this in the classroom. Thank you.